Professional capital breaks down into three kinds of capital. I'm really going to talk about two with you today, and I'll just mention the third one briefly. A human capital, this is as a heads up, an advanced organizer. Human capital is about what you have as an individual. What is your skills? What is your knowledge? What are your qualifications? What are your emotional competencies for working with your students? Human capital is about what you have as an individual. Social capital is about what we have together. How do we work as a community? Who are we networked with? How effectively do we collaborate? Social capital is the second one. And the third, which is a strange one and won't talk about it too much today, we take from the field of law, and in law there is a thing called decisional law. It's the way we make decisions. And so we call it decisional capital. How do you develop your judgment over time? What are the things you need to do in order to develop good judgment? And to cut it short, you need two things: lots of practice, about 10,000 hours of practice to be masterclass as a musician, superb as a chef, or brilliant as a teacher. And then you need to challenge and stretch yourself to keep moving into new areas of practice, so you're not just repeating the same thing over and over again. So this is the decisional capital of judgment. And when you put these three things together, you get this. It's not quite so impressive as E equals MC squared, but it is a formula. And the formula means, what does it mean? Excellent. Professional capital, you saved us a lot of time, is a function of human capital, social capital, decisional capital. Just as a small aside, by the way, I have a doctoral class in educational change of doctoral students from America and from different parts of the world. And now, usually for the first few classes, the classes were dominated by my American students who know the language, who sometimes know the traditions, who know the content. There's a lot of words. And our international students used to be, for the first few classes, very quiet. They'd listen, see what was going on, not quite know what to say. Now, for the first class, I set them three readings that are quite different. Three readings about teaching and change. And when they come to class, having looked at the readings, I divide the class into three groups, one for each reading. And the question I ask them is very simple. I say, you have 45 minutes. Express this reading as an equation. Express this reading as an equation. You know what happens? All the American students go very quiet because they have background in English or social studies and things with a lot of words. And all our Asian students internationally take the lead in the group because they know what a function is, for example. Or they look at teacher careers and how teachers lose commitment through an equation of depreciated value in economics, 1 minus. And suddenly they're the leaders of the group because we use different modalities to engage them. So this is the professional capital formula. And we'll concentrate on a couple, and in a few minutes I will ask you to do something.